Kentucky, right here.
Woohoo! I got Britt Baker winning the title.
By the
Bitch
way,
Baker.
Dave, yeah, she kind of sucks. So I went from
I know she sucks, but her parents are really nice.
Yeah, they
2
are. I
weeks
don't know how she came from them.
2 weeks ago. I golfed a 65
On the front four.
for 4. You don't do that. And then it was actually the back 9 is what it was. And then yesterday, after my golf lessons, 52. Took 13 strokes off.
There you go. I need golf lessons bad.
Did
It's
you
so
did
much.
you ask your foursome before you took those strokes off?
No, I just like to surprise them.
Stroke off.
Golf.
Hello and welcome to the Filter Free Podcast. I am your host, TJ Stevens.
Problematic.
Out of my left earbud.
Getting off to a banging start here.
Joining me as always,
Step hens.
Dollar Bill Dave.
I touched myself.
I just need to clip that. Just Dave leaning forward. I touched myself.
And Timmy C.
Goo, goo, goo.
Dave's is awesome, and he got a new hat, and it's hilarious. Are you drunk? Yes or no? And it's marked on the right-hand side for both.
Time limit drawers get my panties wet. I love it.
We've covered this butt wipe on a few different occasions.
Butt wipe?
You don't call people butt wipe anymore?
No. I'm not 7. Good news is I've limited the producer's amount to screw us over this, so we're actually going to get to sing along with the songs now. You are welcome.
You gotta fight for your right to
Pow!
Yeah! Hello and welcome to the Filter Free Podcast. I am your host, TJ Stevens.
Figured I moved my microphone up near me.
Oh, it sounds great. Step-ins, by the way.
Thank you. Joining me, as always, Dollar Bill Dave.
I'm not in a bad mood today.
Hey, Timmy C.
That's my job today. So,
Oh, we're just
we're gonna skip my day today. We're gonna talk about why I just kind of in a bad mood in general. So I went to Dave's house this past weekend.
Idiot.
Dave took me
Idiot.
to the lake on his boat, and I proceeded to lose my Apple Watch and sunglasses in the water. My Apple Watch that I had bought less than a month ago. Guess who didn't get the warranty? This guy.
Oh, you dummy.
So the Guntersville Walmart is lovely. They have a lovely electronics section. And it's a good thing Dave had his boat already in a slip. Right, I probably backed his truck into the lake too, because I needed everything in that lake.
Why? Okay, let's clarify some things first. Let's go ahead and get everyone back here on the same size. Number one, I'm pretty sure, if you would have backed Dave's truck into the lake, it would just be me and Dave doing the show today.
Guaranteed.
Because you would have been murdered. I don't have a second thing, so I don't know why I said
think the Rays is calling murder. And then we watched the Bucks beat the Bengals in preseason football.
Told you.
Well, it was exciting for about a drive.
Super Bowl, baby. Here we come. We haven't even played our starters yet and already got a
Doubtful.
win.
By the way, our starters were up 7-0. So
who is the starting QB this year for Tampa?
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, that's right.
Cleveland Browns legend.
He signed a 3-year, $100 million deal.
That's disgusting.
We said Dan Marino signed the richest deal ever, 91 at 5 years, $25 million.
Yes, that's true.
And Baker Mayfield, I think he's got like $50 million guaranteed.
3-year deal. 1 year for every foot he is tall.
That's rude.
Loompa, dippity doo.
Also, I'd just like to bring up that the Bears are now 2-0 as they beat the Bills 33-6 over the weekend. Looking good. I think
preseason.
I think we might have a Bears-Bucks NFC Championship game this year.
Yeah.
I bet. Hey, speaking of which, did you see the latest Cleveland Brown that should be thrown under the prison?
No, I haven't.
The guy that beat up his wife?
Well, it's not even his wife; it's his fiance.
Good.
And he didn't just beat her up; he held a gun to her head and threatened to kill her.
Off to a great start. This is how marriage
Said I'll end it all.
Second round draft pick for the Browns because they have a great history of picking fine, upstanding citizens
From Ohio State.
Yep.
Well, they broke
OHIO.
They broke the bank for old Tug at the masseuse parlor, and now they got this guy.
Tug on the trigger at her forehead. I mean, what are we doing here, guys? Come on. I have never seen anything in my life that make me want to kill somebody. Dave?
Well,
no, I know. Anytime someone cuts you off in traffic, you want to kill them. But I mean, murder of someone you love, the mother of your child.
Allegedly.
What are we doing?
It's the Browns.
Yeah, they great upstanding citizens, humanitarians even.
I mean,
we have Jameis Winston now.
I remember the year they drafted Johnny Manziel. Everyone said no one in their right mind would draft him before the third round. And Cleveland sold the farm, traded way up, and drafted him just so the Cowboys couldn't. And then we saw how that worked out.
Wasn't that when the Cowboys got Dak?
I think that was the year they got Dak.
Yeah, I think they ended up on the better end of that. They'll still manage to screw that up too, though.
Sure. But while Dak Prescott is waiting to get his new contract and Johnny Manziel's out there doing whatever he does now, making documentaries about how much he does coke, they should subscribe and rate our show wherever they get their podcast. While they're at it, follow the show on Twitter at FF Popcast, on Instagram at Filter Free Popcast, on YouTube. Just search, that's the word I wanted, for Filter Free Popcast. All of our videos are on there. And Timmy, of course, our network at Ram Sportsnet on Twitter. What do we got going on over there?
Well, if you go to your, as you said, search bar and type in www.patreon.com/Ram Network, you will get Legends. Let's rethink this from the old school. Football is getting paid with Tim and Dave. Dave and I picked a time when he gets back from Ireland and Spain and all the rest of Europe to get some previews out. I believe we've talked to some of our cohorts at TNA Top 10 for the college preview. We might have to bring the Bears fan and the Cowboys fan in for the NFL preview. You will also get Old School Evolution of Evil, Wrestling with Commercials, all of our events. You'll get our flagships, TNA Top 10, Talking Wrestling with Palmwater Dave, plus us. You will get World Class Flashback, Era's the New Generation, Hard Times and Beyond. Dave, help me out here. You're on all of them. What else we got?
Ringside Replay, the new CWA USWA show. So
I was there.
And Andrew and I are sitting down on Thursday to record a brand new episode of Hard Times before I cross the pond over to Spain and Ireland. We are now in 1986 NWA Jim Crockett Promotions.
I was there. Just put it in your mouth.
So much content.
Last night, Stephens and I were talking. We're going to be launching our Portland wrestling, and I threw another idea at him that I think would be kind of fun.
I do.
Little Saturday night's main event retrospect.
Yes.
So, all that for a little bit of money. We're in discussion to possibly make it even more value.
Yeah, $10 hairs. I mean,
yep.
What are we doing?
We'll see. Sign up now.
Right now.
Now.
Get on your
Stop
phone.
your car and sign up.
You ain't got to stop.
Fuck the people behind you. They can wait.
Long as that first bill clears, we're good.
So, I do know while you're in traffic, just disregard for human life, signing up for Patreon. We're going to start this show. Timmy, are you ready? Because this week, we're going back to 2007. This is another underrated year. This was a good year for stories. So let's see what was happening in your world yesterday. Let's run through some events. Filter free up first. Stories that missed the cut. We have a giant month in the world of baseball, specifically if you're a big fan of the long ball. On August 4th, A-Rod goes yard as the first pitch he sees with the Yankees in a 16-8 drubbing of the Royals. The same day, Barry Bonds hits career home run number 755 after Padres pitcher Clay Hensley, tying him with Hank Aaron for the career record. 3 days later, Bonds hit 756 to break the record. Yeah, I know. On August 22nd, the Texas Rangers beat the Baltimore Orioles 30-3 and sets the record for most runs scored by a team in modern Major League history. We have another baseball story we'll be covering later on, which ironically involves pitching, which apparently there was not a lot of here in 07.
We want a pitcher, not a belly itcher.
We want a catcher, not a belly scratcher. No? All right. August 2nd, Chauncey Bailey, a journalist investigating a crime ring, is murdered at the age of 57. So
Loved him when he played for the Pistons.
I was just going to say, the reason why I stopped saying
You
that
almost said Chauncey Billups.
because I almost said Chauncey Billups, and I was like, Chauncey Bailey, that's the guy who played for the Pistons. August 4th, Lee Hazelwood, country singer and songwriter famous for These Boots Are Made for Walking, dies from renal cancer at age 50 or age
And I'm proud to be an American.
That's Lee Greenwood.
Well, at least I know.
No, I'm free.
I know I saw him in concert at a
Different type of wood Lee's sporting there.
green,
Okay.
not hazel.
It's
Yeah,
a green,
totally.
not hazel.
Doesn't
Green
burn
wood.
as well. August 7th, the third book in Stephanie Meyer's Twilight Saga, Eclipse, is published.
Yeah.
Ugh, remember when that was the whole rage?
Yes.
What is that, like a
Vampires or werewolves, y'all? Which
werewolf,
one would you
a
mix that
vampire?
with?
I'm glad it was short.
It's like a bad joke. Werewolf
was- I
and
mean-
a vampire walk into a bar.
That was the thing. Like, who would you date? Would you date the werewolf or the vampire? And I was always like, neither. Why wouldn't I just date a human? Like, Dad, can
Someone
we
who's
move?
not gonna bite me. How about
Yeah.
that?
Date the stripper.
Dad, can we move? Because it kind of sucks up here. Yeah, because they're vampires. August 12th, Tiger Woods defended his PGA Championship at Southern Hills Country Club by beating Woody Austin by 2 strokes.
Stone Cold's dad.
Yep.
It is. And that's also Woody Allen's uncle.
Okay.
Because August 13th, former WWF and WCW wrestling star Brian Adams dies at the age of 43.
I'll do it for you.
You know what's funny is I sent you guys that gift today of that song because that show aired. And it's amazing how much different an apostrophe and 2 L's changes the entire song. August 13th, Phil Rizzuto, Hall of Fame shortstop for the New York Yankees and 7-time World Series winner, dies at the age of 89.
It's Rarudo.
Susa Studio?
No.
Those are Z's.
Those
Those
are
are
these.
Z's. Is that Rarudo?
August 16th, Dewey Robertson, a.k.a. the missing link to wrestling fans, dies at the age of 68.
Good hair.
Great hair. August 17th, Perez Hilton, television personality, announces the death of Fidel Castro. The problem with that, Fidel died in November of 2016.
He just, it's like a slow news. It's
Missed it by a decade.
slow rollout on the news.
If I may quote Bob Euchre here, just a bit outside. August 20th.
Tried the coroner and missed.
Well done. August 20th, Leona Hemsley, American real estate billionaire and convicted of federal tax evasion, dies at the age of 87.
It's Hunter Hearst's mom.
It is. It's true. August 21st, Hurricane Dean makes landfall in Costa Rica, Mexico. Why did I say it like that?
Costa Maya.
Costa Maya, Mexico, at Cat 5 with winds of 165 miles an hour. This is the first storm since Hurricane Andrew to make landfall at Cat 5, which was 15 years ago in 1992.
Well, Hurricane Timmy C will be there in October.
That's not in hurricane season anymore.
It is actually. It's the very
No.
end of it.
No, with you being there, it'll just be a tropical depression.
Well, I will have plenty of hurricanes before I arrive. Don't worry.
I'm really upset that we're just going to let my tropical depression joke go by. I thought it was very good.
Dave's not paying attention. It's okay.
August 21st, Elizabeth P. Hoisington, one of the first 2 women to achieve the rank of brigadier general, dies at the age of 88.
When did she achieve that rank?
World War One.
The
Yes.
Revolutionary War.
She was famous for her battles of the Civil War.
She was crossing the Potomac with Washington.
I played as her on Oregon Trail.
Did you?
She died of dysentery.
By the way, if you guys have never seen the comedian Shane Gillis, he does a wonderful bit on George Washington. You guys should watch it. It's funny.
That's a tough subject. A good bit on George Washington.
Oh, it's super
That
funny.
dude's funny as shit.
Yeah, it's super funny.
Y'all are stupid heads.
August 23rd, the hashtag. So you've never heard of Tom Segura or Shane Gillis? Let's circle back to this for a second.
Correct.
Heard of Dave Chappelle?
I have. Don't
Oh.
like him either.
What?
Who do you like? I still watch Woody Allen from like 1967.
I like little Robert Schimmel.
Who the
Schimmel
hell is
Schimmel.
Robert Schimmel?
Did you say David Schwimmer?
No, Robert Schimmel. Look him up. Fucking hilarious.
I
He's
did
no
watch
Ralphie May.
Ralphie May's great also. I did watch a new
I do
comedian
like Ralph May.
called Chad Daniels, and he is also very funny.
I like that new guy that's big on TikTok. What's his name?
You got to be way more specific
Nude
than that.
guy on TikTok?
No, new. He's the young guy.
Nude?
Talks kind of funny.
Matt Rife.
Matt Rife. Yeah, I think he's funny.
He kind of died off quickly.
Well, I think if you put him in a room without an audience, there's no way he could make a joke because he plays everything off his audience.
Well, that's what all the good comedians do, though.
There's a Netflix special he's on, and it's literally just all crowd work for an hour. I ain't watching that shit.
Okay,
Let me
that's a
talk-
tough stand to take. I mean,
Let me talk to this
fuck that
interior-
guy.
Let me talk to this interior designer from New Jersey. I don't give a shit what they have.
Actually,
to say.
I enjoy when it's like middle-aged ladies. Those are the fun ones.
So
With
Chad
big
Daniels,
knockers.
Chad Daniels, the one time he
You
asked,
say
a question
Charlie
to the audience-
Daniels?
Jack
Yes.
Daniels.
Chad Daniels, he asked somebody in the audience, he goes, because he said he got upset because he saw a brother and a sister kiss on the mouth in a restaurant. And he goes, what would
West
you
Virginia.
do? Asked a woman in the audience, he goes, what would you do if your brother kissed you on the lips? And she goes, well, we have different moms or different dads. So he goes, so for those of you who can't hear, she just said we have different dads. So, and let me guess, the next word is fuck. Tremendous. Anyway,
That's gross.
it is gross.
Yeah.
August 23rd, the hashtag is invented with a tweet by U.S. product designer Chris Messina.
It was not invented. It was the number sign or the pound key on a phone. It wasn't invented.
Listen, I'm not saying the symbol was invented, the term hashtag.
Or an H with 2 lines.
That's not an H. Tic tac.
Or a tic-tac-toe board
There you go.
that's a little drunk.
Just trying, it's drunk, trying not to piss on its own pants outside. August 28th, Gary Coleman, actor from Different Strokes, marries Shannon Price at Valley of Fire State Park in Nevada.
Short wedding?
I get it. It's because he's little.
August 28th, subject from our 1974 episode a few weeks ago, Hilly Crystal, owner of the legendary CBGBs, dies at the age of 75. CBGB.
I loved him in
My Giant.
I don't know. Was he in My Giant?
Yes, it's him and George Murasan.
Hilly Crystal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thought he was in that Gold movie.
Gold member.
City
Gold
Slickers.
member? Yeah, he was in City Slickers. That was what I was reaching for and missed it. And then I was thinking the one with Meg Ryan, but then I was gonna say Sleepless in Seattle. I'm like, no, that's Tom Hanks.
Well, George Murasan, you're welcome for bringing you up today.
Smells like cabbage.
Like cabbage. August 29th, Richard Jewell, the original suspect of the 1996 Atlanta Olympic bombing, but turned into hero after proved innocent. He passed away at the age of 44 from kidney failure.
I thought he did it. Who did it?
No, Richard Jewell was proven innocent.
What's his name? He attacked a bunch of abortion clinics and
Yeah.
stuff too.
Remember
Richard Jewell got railroaded by the government.
we did this story and they didn't catch him until like 2001.
Yeah.
August 30th, the Voyager 2 crosses termination shock, which is the plane in which interstellar and solar winds meet.
What happened to it?
Went
Did it go
through it.
boom?
No, it went through.
I don't feel like you should be able to go through termination shock and just be like, nah, I'm good.
I'm actually impressed that I just read that sentence off, and neither one of you called me a nerd.
If you go through termination shock, you should totally just be dead.
Well, I mean, no one was in it.
Termination shock is what happened when Timmy hit the water and his watch fell off his arm.
Hey,
Idiot.
I was already in the water when the watch fell. It was the glasses that fell off when I hit it.
Yeah, Timmy's wearing his glasses and he realizes when he's 1 inch from the water. Oh, shit.
There go my glasses. Good news, glasses were cheap. Apple Watch, not.
Yeah, I lost my Apple Watch teaching my kids how to surf at the beach earlier this summer, so I had to buy a new one.
See? Although Dave didn't lose his at the lake, and we were both wearing them.
Well, let's go into I guess I need to order a new Apple Watch. My son lost mine weeks ago. Soray's in the wheelhouse. August 5th, one of the greatest left-handed pitchers over the past 75 years.
Jose Rio?
And one of the most consistent. That disqualifies Jose Rio. Pitchers ever. Tom Glavine becomes the 23rd pitcher to reach 300 wins as the Braves beat the Cubs 8-3.
Ha!
Settle down. The way baseball is played now, we may never see another pitcher hit 300 wins. Justin Verlander is the current leader with 260. So he'd have to get 40 more wins after he turned 40, which I don't like his odds.
Nolan Ryan did.
That's true. Because as Timmy knows, he was a compiler. Yeah,
shut up, Terry. I don't care about Nolan Ryan.
Tell Timmy how great Nolan Ryan was. Max Scherzer is second with 216. Clayton Kershaw is third with 210. The next closest pitcher is Garrett Cole at 148 wins. Which again,
David Price is up there.
He's not. Which again underlines not only the playing style of the game over the years, but also how impressive 300 wins truly is. Glavine pitched in the major leagues for 22 seasons, and over the course of those seasons, he failed to get double-digit wins only 4 times. So in 18 seasons, he won double-digit games. And in his second season in 1988, he won 7-17. It was the only season he led the league.
We're cheering that. Woohoo!
Well, I'm saying that's how bad he was at one time, and he still won 300 games. We call that a comeback. He led the league in wins 5 times, including 3
Kim
seasons.
Kardashian?
No. Including definitely.
She'd come on her back.
Lots of people came on her back.
She did the super band, including 3 seasons in a row. Glavine, not Kardashian, in a row from 91 to 93. Glavine pitched an ERA under 3.0 6 times.
In 3 seasons?
What?
In 3 seasons?
He pitched it under a 3.0 ERA 6 times.
In 3 seasons?
No. He won 3 seasons. He led the league in wins 3 years in a row from 91 to 93. You should listen more often.
Your headphones must be broken, you idiot lip.
Glavine was a 10-time All-Star with his first bid being in 1991. His last was in 2004. Glavine was also one of the centerpieces of arguably the greatest starting rotation in baseball history. Through the 1990s, the Atlanta Braves had a starting rotation that consisted of Glavine, Greg Maddux, and John Smoltz.
And Steve Avery, bitch.
Hold on.
And John Rocker is a reliever.
What's crazy about baseball, the Braves' 5th member of that rotation until 1995 was Kent Mercker. He had 76 career wins and also has a no-hitter to his name, which Glavine does not.
Cincinnati Reds legend, Kent Mercker.
Kevin Millwood.
After 16 seasons with the Braves, he left the team to sign with the rival New York Mets on a 4-year, $42.5 million deal.
Which ain't shit now.
No.
It's 1 year of, like, one Yankee.
I mean, Juan Soto made that much money while we were doing the show.
Correct. Glavine was born in Concord, Massachusetts, which has great grape juice.
Well done.
Glavine attended Billerica Memorial High School, where he was an excellent student and a letterman in ice soccer as well as baseball.
I just now picked that up.
In hockey, he scored 47 goals and 47 assists in 23 high school games, and as a senior was named Merrimack Valley's most valuable player. In baseball, he led his team to the Division I North title and Eastern Massachusetts championship as a senior. Why do you have a half-state championship, by the way?
Because no one lives there?
He graduated in high school in 1984 with honors. I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds like he was better at ice soccer. Gladwin was drafted by both the LA Kings in the 1984 NHL entry draft, 69th overall, 2 rounds ahead of future NHL All-Star Brett Hull, and 5 rounds ahead of Luc Robitaille, both 2009 Hockey Hall of Fame inductees.
That's Robitelli.
It's not.
Oh.
And the Atlanta Braves in the second round of the 1984 draft ahead of no one. Glavin elected to play baseball and made his major league debut on August 17, 1987. Should have played ice soccer. Could have been in the Hall of Fame. He went into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2014?
No, it was baseball stupid.
Timmy's an idiot. We're just going to ignore that he spoke.
Thank you.
As TJ said, Tom Glavine was a 10-time All-Star, a World Series champion, and MVP, won 2 NL Cy Young Awards, 4 Silver Slugger Awards, and was the NL wins leader on 5 occasions, has his number 47, retired in Atlanta, and is in the Braves Hall of Fame, and was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 2014.
To be fair, he's a 4-time Silver Slugger Award winner as a pitcher.
Well, he was slugging the shit out of those pitches. Sounds like he did pretty good for himself.
He hit 180.
Glavine, a left-hander, gradually lost velocity over the latter part of his career. Even at the end of his career, he was an effective starting pitcher in the National League due to his excellent control and deception, changing speeds and locating pitches off the outside corner of the strike zone. He could paint the corners.
He's no Bronson Arroyo.
His most common approach was to begin by locating his circle changeup off the outside corner, then follow with alternating fastballs and changeups to confuse the hitter. While many batters frequently made contact with his pitches, the substantial movement he placed on them made drives very soft, resulting in easily fielded ground balls and flyouts. Glavine's consistency was also highlighted by his durability. Beginning with his first full year in 1988, he started at least 25 games every season and was never placed on the disabled list until his final season at the age of 42.
By the way, I really hate to admit this, but Timmy was dangerously close to Tom Glavine's career batting average.
Oh, yeah, he's a pitcher.
Tom Glavine was considered one of the better hitters.
Yes, batted 186 career batting average.
I mean, there's a pitcher right now that isn't even pitching hitting better than that. What are we doing?
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah. He hits like 350. What? Glavine compiler.
Let's see if you guys can increase your batting averages.
But today, I'm the greatest of all time.
Vernon and Waugh. Mike Vernon with a great left.
Here it is. H. Pressure with 3. Wentz is going to run the ball. Makes a guy miss. Come down there. Over the second rafter. Off the floor. Nothing but through the window. Off the wall. Nothing but net. You like that? You like that? I like that.
You gotta like that, right?
Are we doing hockey in honor of Tom Glavine?
Yes, we're doing Connecticut State hockey. Yep.
I'm in
2007.
Mark
was in the NHL Hall of Fame in 2014.
He's not. So here we go. MLB league leaders, 1997. Let's start off with batting average like we always do. Let's see what we got. Oh, boy. Let's do 6. There's quite a few good ones.
Tony Gwynn.
Ichiro was second with 351. What'd you say, Timmy?
Tony Gwynn.
He was retired.
Tony Gwynn?
Frank Thomas.
I think he was still playing, but I think he was playing for Oakland.
Barry Bonds.
Big Poppy.
Dave, I almost forgot his name. David Ortiz, 10th, 332.
Dave Justice.
Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones, 6th, 337. There's 3. Anytime, Dave. Anytime you want to jump in.
Ricky Henderson.
Is there a Yankee on there?
Paul O'Neill.
There is one Yankee on here, and it's definitely not Paul O'Neill.
A-Rod.
Posada.
Did you which was that?
Posada.
Jorge Posada, 5th, 338.
He was a catcher.
Yeah, you're right.
Dude was awesome.
He was. 2 more to go. Dave is just, carrying Timmy.
What we got? Give us some teams.
Florida, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Colorado,
Terry
Detroit,
Pendleton.
and Detroit. Terry Pendleton.
Detroit and Detroit.
Matt Holliday on there.
Miguel Cabrera.
4th, 340. Miguel Cabrera, no. So Dave has 5. Timmy has none with 1 more to go.
I was at basic training this season. I should get a
In
little
2007.
In 2007?
Yep.
I was out.
I
in
went,
07.
I went back 10 years later.
Wow.
I was already out of the army. Oh, I'm thinking.
Well, there's the problem is I was thinking 97 because Tom Glavine's so fucking old. 2007. All right. That helps.
Does it?
Not much, but it
Okay.
helps.
Damn, what's his name?
What was the team that had 2 at the top
It's
there?
Not
Detroit.
Shane.
Detroit.
Chase. Utley.
Chase Utley, 7th, 332. Here's the rest of your top
Who are
10.
the Tigers?
In 9th of the Florida Marlins was Hanley Ramirez, 332.
Oh, Hanley Ramirez. Forgot
Eighth.
about him.
Edgar Renteria of the Atlanta Braves, 332.
Hmm.
Of the Detroit Tigers in 3rd, Placido Polanco, bred at 341. And your league leader with the Detroit Tigers, Maglio Ordonez, 363.
Wow, I wouldn't.
Not in a
Home
million
run.
years would I gotten.
Home
Not-
I
run
forgot all
leader.
about
right
Hanley
here.
Ramirez, Maglio Ordonez.
We're definitely
Placido Polanco. When
Yeah, we're-
was the last time he played?
like 11 or
2007.
12.
That dude fell off.
Well, he was just an average guy.
Except for that year.
Well, he batted 330. So he was literally 341. So he's still literally an average guy.
Thanks for your help, Tim.
Yeah, no
You're
shit.
welcome.
Let's do 7 on home run here to see if Timmy can crack this list or not.
A-Rod,
Led the league 54.
Barry Bonds,
No.
07? No.
Big Papa.
Tied
Manny.
for 35. Manny
Manny
Ramirez,
Ramirez.
no. I believe this was the year we
Oh, who's the guy that
Oh, I got one. Tampa Bay
the
Devil
Yan-
Ray
the
legend,
Yankee,
Carlos
Yan-
Pena.
Pena 4th, 46.
the,
There's
the
3.
Yankee that became a Cub. What's his name? Is he on there?
How about Prince Fielder?
Second with 50, while Timmy's racking his head over one guy. Dave has 4.
Ryan
Give me a
Braun.
team.
Ryan Braun tied for 9th with 34. Timmy
I
made
got
it.
one.
Give us some teams.
With left, you have Houston, Florida, the White Sox, the
Hanley
Rockies,
Ramirez.
the
Miggy.
Reds. Miguel Cabrera tied for 934. 1 more to go. The
The
Reds,
Reds.
and the Phillies.
Votto?
Ryan Howard.
Ryan Howard, 3rd, 47. Here's the rest of
Votto or Bruce?
If we still kept score, it's neither. So if we still kept score,
Oh,
it'd
Adam Dunn, bitch.
be 11-1 right now, Dave. So here we go. 9th, we had a tie with Ryan Braun, Miguel Cabrera, and Fat Elvis, Lance Berkman.
I said Miguel
Oh.
Cabrera.
Did
Yeah,
you?
that was your 1
Yes.
point.
No. I
Oh,
said
yeah, it
another
was.
one.
That
I
was
said
your
Ryan Braun.
Yeah,
one. Oh, you did. All right, so it's 11-2. Tied for 7th with Big Poppy, Jim Tomei, 35.
12.
6th, Matt Holliday, 36.
Hmm.
5th, the Big Donkey, Ryan Dunn, had 40.
I said Dunn too.
Yeah, after.
Yeah, you're late.
And you had the top 3. Let's go pitching. Wins leaders 2007. We'll go 4. There's a couple tough ones.
2007. Was Smoltz still in 2007?
He's not on the list.
Kershaw.
No.
Verlander.
Tied for 7th with
Sub-
18.
CC Sabathia.
Tied for 2nd with 19.
Verlander.
Halliday. I already said Verlander.
No
Holiday.
Holiday.
Who's the guy? Josh Beckett.
Led the league with 20. There's 3.
Soriano was the one I was thinking of for home runs.
Give us some teams.
The Cubs, the Diamondbacks.
Mark
Cubs.
Pryor.
No.
No, he's dead by then.
The who?
Gary
who's
Wood.
Who's the fat
No.
Hispanic guy?
Oh, Carlos Zambrano.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got to say here, Carlos Zambrano with 18. Here's the rest of your top 10. Tied for 7th with Verlander and Zambrano, Brandon Webb of the Diamondbacks, and Kelvin Escobar.
State of Kentucky legend Brandon Webb.
Sure. Tied for 2nd with Sabathia, Jake Peavy, Chin-Ming Wong, John Lackey, and El Duque, Roberto
Oh
Hernandez.
shit, John
at
Lackey. I
19.
forgot all about
El
him.
Duque was still good then? That's crazy.
Well, this is probably it. Let's go to saves.
Mariano Rivera.
We'll do 3. No Rivera.
Jonathan Papelbon.
Tied for 10th with 37.
Wetland.
No, in 07?
I don't.
Get out of 97.
No Mariano Rivera.
No.
What was the guy for the Brewers that came to the Reds?
There is a brewer. He's third on this list.
Yeah, he's also a fat Hispanic guy. What the fuck was his name? I'm gonna be mad when I don't know it. Rocker was gone, so
For sure. In by
Rocker
07.
was, yeah.
He was
what
chased
about
out of the
Craig?
league in like
Was Craig
02.
Kimbrell around yet?
Not on the list.
Who do we have? Hoffman,
You right now you have, who did you say?
Trevor Hoffman.
No, it's not.
Papelbon.
Jonathan Papelbon, the only one you got.
Oh.
So Trevor Hoffman, 4th, 42.
There you go.
So you need one more.
One more.
My work group
Give us
chat
some
is
teams.
blowing me up right now. Washington, Minnesota,
Washington.
Detroit, the Dodgers, the Angels, the Mariners.
Jeff Shaw,
No, the White Sox.
Eric Greinke.
Eric Gagne.
Gagne.
No. I've never heard of the guy for the Dodgers, so I would just go ahead and move on from that one.
Vern Gagne.
The
Craig
Brewers,
Gagne.
Cleveland, and Arizona.
Arizona.
Who won the World Series in 07?
07 was that Tigers and Phillies?
I know the Phillies won it in 8. They beat the Rays.
I will look it up while you think of this. You need one more.
I'm the guy from the Brewers is gonna piss me off.
Red Sox won the World Series in 07, so they would have beat Colorado.
That'd have been Papelbon.
10 seconds. Oh, there's a couple names on here. When I read them off, you're gonna be upset.
Armando Estrada.
Frank Drebin.
Here we go. Here's your top 10. Tied with Papelbon with 37. Joe Nathan and Chad Cordero had 37.
Francisco Cordero.
9th, Todd Jones, the Detroit Tigers, had 38. Of the Dodgers, Takashi Saito had 39. Tied for 5th, Bobby Jenks of the White Sox, J.J. Putz of the Mariners, and Francisco Rodriguez K-Rod had 40. 3rd of the Milwaukee Brewers, Francisco
K-Rod, how did we
Cordero
miss that?
I
had
got
44.
it.
2nd of the Cleveland Indians, Joe Borowski had 45. And your league leader of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Jose Valverde, had 47. And that was box score trivia. Let's move on to entertainment news. August 12th. One of television's true pioneers, Merv Griffin, passed away at the age of 82. When you talk about the biggest personal impacts in the world of television and entertainment, you have to mention Merv Griffin. Griffin got his start in entertainment at the age of 19 when he debuted as a singer on the San Francisco Sketchbook. I think I forgot some letters for KFRC radio.
You know why?
Hmm.
Because TV hadn't been invented.
That's true. In 1945, at the age of 20. So, I mean, in 44, TV was invented as no one had one yet. Merv started his own record label in which he called Panda Records. The album Songs by Merv Griffin became the first U.S. album recorded on magnetic tape. Is this
Clever,
good? This is
clever
good.
name. Clever
This is good.
name.
Panda Records.
Songs by Merv Griffin.
Songs by Merv Griffin, brought to you by Panda Records.
From the window to the wall.
By Merv Griffin. Griffin would
Merv
continue
Griffin.
as a singer and club act until 1958, when he was made the host of the game show Play Your Hunch.
I
After
like
some
the
time,
hunch.
I do. I'm sure you do. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Hunch. After some time as a guest host, he was slated to be Jack Parr's replacement on The Tonight Show. He was one of several guest hosts that shared The Tonight Show desk before Johnny Carson was permanently installed. He was even given his own talk show in 62, but it was canceled in 63. Then in 65, Griffin started a syndicated talk show for Westinghouse Broadcasting called The Merv Griffin Show.
Wow, this dude is killing it with the creative naming.
He is his own best marketing department.
Songs by Merv Griffin, The Merv Griffin Show.
The variety show featured a wide array of entertainers, including Zsa Zsa Gabor and controversial guests like George Carlin and Richard Pryor.
Really?
What?
Zsa Zsa. But those two were controversial. She's the one who slapped a cop.
Well, George Carlin, I included him because Ed Sullivan will not let George Carlin on his show.
Well, 7 dirty words. Can't do that.
Well, he didn't do that until 74.
You can't do that on television.
This was like 12 years before that. In 1974, Griffin had a guest in the form of a little-known Austrian powerlifter. The Strongman was making the American television debut, and just 29 years later, he became the governor of California. If you haven't picked this up yet, we're talking of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
If they didn't pick it up off the first sentence, please just stop the podcast.
It's not tumor.
And drive your car off the road.
Keep playing it. Keep your car on the road. Just turn the volume down, but keep playing it.
Griffin,
the big red dog.
ventured into real estate, purchasing the Beverly Hilton Hotel in 1987. In 1988, Griffin purchased Resorts International and 2 of his hotels, one in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and another in Paradise Island in the Bahamas from Donald Trump and other investors. In early 88, Trump wanted to take Resorts private, but Griffin, through Griffin Gaming and Entertainment, offered the minority shareholders significantly more than Trump. So he won. After Trump paid $101 million for Resorts International in 87, Griffin bought it back from him for $365 million and assumed the hotel casino's debt of $925 million in November of 88. After 10 months of ownership, Griffin reported a loss of $46.6 million. Is this like a money hole? What are we doing here? He had used $325 million in junk bond financing at nearly 14% interest from Drexel Burnham Lambert's Michael Milken, but suspended interest payments in early of 89 because that's not a good investment if you're going to borrow that much money.
No.
Cash flow was about $70 million short of what was needed to service the resort's debt in 1989, and Griffin sought bankruptcy court protection for the resorts right before Christmas of 89. Besides Resorts International, the holding company for casinos in Atlantic City and the Bahamas, 3 company affiliates also filed for Chapter 11 protection. Griffin Resorts Incorporated, Resorts International Financing, and Griffin Resorts Holding Inc. Holy balls. This guy may have been able to create things with his name on them. Hotels and casinos, not. How do you lose money in a casino?
Don't have your slots loose enough
Mm.
or tight enough. I don't know what's loose
don't know.
slots. I like a loose
Merv
slot.
Griffin, creator of loose slots.
Griffin's prostate cancer, treated originally in 1996, returned, and he was admitted to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, where his condition deteriorated, leading to his death on August 12th at the age of 82. Funeral services were held on August 17th at the Church of Good Shepherd in Beverly Hills. Thank God it wasn't the Church of Scientology. The well-intended service included Nancy Reagan, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who gave the eulogy with Tony Griffin, Maria Shriver, and various actors, television stars, employees, and friends. He was buried in Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery, where his epitaph reads, "I will not be right back after this message."
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
That's what I want mine to say. Do you have to piss?
No, I actually have some work stuff I got to take care of. Give me just a second.
Nerd.
I'm going to pause the recording.
All right, funny story time.
Yay.
Timmy's an idiot
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't look for things correctly.
Did you just find his Apple Watch?
No, but we razzed him last week because he took a whiz and didn't wash his hands because his hands are the cleanest, or his dick's the cleanest part of his body.
That's
It is.
true.
It is.
Because it's not used.
So Timmy came to my house last weekend.
True. All right. To be fair, I know what he's going to talk about. You would make this mistake.
So our upstairs bathroom has 2 sinks.
And 3 bottles on those sinks.
And 3 C cells.
First time Timmy takes a whiz, goes to wash his hands, and he's like, man, this soap is greasy as shit.
It's lotion.
He used the body lotion.
Dummy.
Second time he went to wash his hands, he used hand sanitizer.
Now
I
it's
finally
real
got
dry.
it on third time around. I got it.
My hands are chapped. I mean, God forbid you read them.
All right. In my house, we have one thing set right on the sink. You like the lotion, the sanitizer set away from the edge of the sink.
You
All
live in a
the soap is on the edge of the sink.
you live in a modular home in Kentucky. Dave lives in a nice house in Huntsville, Alabama.
I live in a reasonably nice house. Not modular. It's real. It's brick.
I could tell you that my bathroom does not have 2 sinks in it for sure. It barely has a toilet.
So we've always kept hand sanitizer in our bathrooms just in case people are hella lazy.
Don't put it on the edge of the fucking sink.
Where are they supposed to put it on the floor?
No, back. Put it back. It's not just like there are 2 round sinks and we have nowhere to put anything. It's a goddamn palatial estate.
This is phenomenal. Thank you for doing this, Dave. I appreciate it.
I'm surprised you didn't have a damn hand sanitizer mounted on the wall next to the door.
They might. It's a good idea.
Did you see the bar pictures, TJ?
I did.
New bar's nice.
I'm gonna make it down.
By the way, I also need you to install a lotion dispenser somewhere near the guest room.
Somewhere in Timmy's bedroom.
We don't encourage that activity in upstairs of our house.
I had that Korean lady over next door, and
Oh, that
next morning, you know what? Breakfast?
hit my clip.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Oh, it's time for Dave's Fave. Have you seen it?
You slipper the hot beef injection.
I tell you that I got nothing, guys.
All right, you got your paper and pen?
I think
do.
TJ has the advantage this week.
Here we go. 2007 movies from August. I think one might be in here from July. 4 movies. Timmy leads 6-4. TJ, we got to get you back in this, dude.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Movie numero A with a budget of $20 million. 2007
07?
budget of $20 million. Our first movie this week grossed $170.8 million at the box office.
It was also 17 minutes long.
This is an American coming-of-age teen buddy comedy film. 2 codependent high school seniors are forced to deal with separation anxiety after their plan to stage a booze-soaked party goes awry. This film stars Jonah Hill, Michael Cera, and Seth Rogen.
Got it.
5, 4, 3, 2. You got to write something or you lose a point. 1. Timmy C.
McLovin. I can't remember what the name of it was.
TJ.
Super bad.
Superman. TJ Stevens now down by 1. McLovin.
That's who was in it? McLovin.
All right. Movie number B with a budget of $200 million. Our second movie this week grossed $709.7 million at the box office.
That's getting it done.
This film's one of Dave's faves.
Which
It's an American
Transformers?
science fiction action film. The ancient struggle between two Cybertronian races, the Autobots and the Decepticons, comes to Earth with a clue to the ultimate power held by a teenager. This film stars Shia LaBeouf, Tyrese Gibson, and Megan Fox. Timmy C.
I'm sure it's a sequel, but I put Transformers.
TJ Steppins.
I don't know the sequence properly, so I put Transformers: Age of Origins.
Timmy C gets it right.
It's just
Transformers 1.
That's bullshit.
It
I'm gonna give
actually-
TJ the
It didn't
points
actually
anyway.
have a 1 on it though.
I fucking hate this game. Have I mentioned that lately?
And there is no Age of Origins.
Did I make that up?
It's
Yes.
Age of Ultron. That's
Oh,
a Marvel
that's-
movie.
Marvel, Age of Ultron.
that's what I meant. All right. All
Oh,
right.
Lord. Timmy, back up by 2. Here we go. With a budget of $15 million.
You just said you were going to give me the point anyway.
Our third, well, I mean, TJ's winning by 11
Thank you.
secretly.
Thank
but
you.
Secretly.
We text each other during these games.
movie number C, with a budget of 2007 money, $15 million.
I thought you were going to say $2,000. I was like,
Our third movie this week grossed a total of $80.4 million at the box office.
They did good.
This is an American slasher film. After being committed for 15 years, Michael Myers, now a grown man and still very dangerous, escapes from the mental institution and immediately returns to Haddonfield to find his baby sister, Lori. Stars Malcolm McDowell, Sherry Moon Zombie, and Tyler Mane. Professional wrestler Tyler Mane.
that's true. Yes. See, I'm scared because I don't think this was just one word.
5, 4,
I'm good.
3, 2, 1.
Nobody does that.
Timmy C.
Halloween H2O.
TJ Steppins.
Halloween H2O.
Halloween H2O came out in the year 1999.
Did it really? Oh,
Is this Halloween Resurrection?
Or it
was
might have been
20
1998.
It was 20-year anniversary. Yeah, that makes sense.
This was the remake by Rob Zombie. It is
So it was just
Halloween.
So that's why I said I'm pretty sure this is more than one word. It was not.
I
Fantastic.
tried to give it to you. It starred Sherry Moon Zombie,
Yeah, I know.
his wife.
Is
Our last movie of the week.
Oh, I thought it was Soleil Moon Frye.
No, that's Punky Brewster.
Yeah,
Funky Brewster.
she's hot, big tits.
Yes, she is. You see her in Maxim back in the day? Oh my goodness gracious. Or Esquire or whatever the hell the magazine was. All right, here we go. DJ, you're getting this.
Okay. Biodome.
On a budget of $25 million. Our fourth movie this week grossed $14.4 million at
Oh,
the office.
that is a swift kick in the dick right there.
This is an American comedy film.
Sure it is.
Self-proclaimed stuntman Rod Kimball is prepared for the jump of his life. Clear 15 buses to raise money for his abusive stepfather Frank's life-saving heart operation. This film stars Andy Samberg and Isla Fisher.
It's in my head. I can see the goofy fucking jumpsuit he wears in this movie.
Self-proclaimed stuntman Rod Kimball is preparing for the jump of his life. Rod Kimball. 5,
Upsetting.
4, 3, 2. Timmy C.
Rod Hard.
Rod Hard.
Pretty close. TJ.
Hot Rod.
Hot Rod. There you go. Bam. TJ back down by 1. Rod hard. I ought to give you a point just for that.
That's good. Now we have to make a movie called Rod Hard.
Oh, so it's now TJ 5, 6, 7, 6. Timmy leads by 1. Going into the next show where I will not be here.
Oh.
So hopefully our special guest has some good movies to get you back in it, TJ Steffens.
He knows nothing about movies.
Yeah,
Rod
the
hard.
I don't, has that been made official yet?
Yes,
It has.
it has.
So
So you
don't
need
know.
to start on notes because it takes him forever.
that could be a hint for our people, from the way back in days. That could be a hint.
Friend.
Or you could just say it.
Or you
That's
just
fine,
say
too.
it. I mean, either one.
August 26th. One of the most recognizable and iconic acts in the history of music, regardless of genre. The Rolling Stones closed their 2-year, 147-stop tour entitled A Bigger Bang.
Sounds like my college career.
No. But your bigger was literal. This one's figure.
147 stops.
No, that was also just the same person.
Not in college.
Oh, yeah. Belt size was Jupiter. That's, by the way, you told me that. This tour kicked off in August of 2005 and accompanied their album entitled A Bigger Bang. The tour was set to take place at venues in the United States, Canada, South America, Asia, and Europe. Just before the tour began, the Rolling Stones made a surprise appearance at a club in Toronto in front of only 1,000 people. The official start of the tour was on August 21st, August 21st, 2005, with 2 shows at Fenway Park in Boston. They got off to a rather bad start as the weight of the stage damaged the outfield. The damage was severe enough that 40,000 square feet of sod had to be brought in to repair it. By the end of 2005, it was reported that the tour producer, Michael Cole, had grossed 162.
I seen him last night on Raw.
Michael Cole, very good. That's very good. He had grossed $162 million, breaking the Stones' own record from 1995 with the Voodoo Lounge tour, which ironically I think we've covered. In the middle of this tour, and I want to make sure I read this right. I'm not familiar with this sporting event. They went to Detroit to play at something called the Super Bowl. Is that
Studio.
It was the Hollywood Bowl.
They played Super Bowl 40. You guys remember that game? Seahawks and Steelers.
The
Detroit
Stones
Michigan.
win.
I remember that game because the referees were terrible,
They were terrible. That game was abysmal.
but I don't remember the halftime.
Steelers also terrible.
They won, though. While
They
performing
won.
at the Super Bowl, the band was getting ready to play Satisfaction, and Mick Jagger joked on the air, "This one we could have done for Super Bowl I,"
He was right.
which was 1966, by the way. The enormity of the tour was brought to the focus on February 18th, 2006, when the Stones played a free concert on Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro that was broadcast on television and broke several records as the biggest rock concert of all time. There was a reported 2 million people on the beach and in the surrounding streets. 3 days after this concert, U2 played in Sao Paulo, and U2 ended the show with Bono bid homage to the Stones by saying, "I can't get no satisfaction."
He just said it.
He just said it to end the show. That's how you wrap the show.
Maybe the concert just wasn't that fulfilling. Maybe it
don't-
was not an homage at all.
I don't think it had 2 million people, for sure.
Guaranteed.
1.7.
Let's talk about what Jagger's really known for other than being Steven Tyler.
Naked with the dude.
Naked with David Bowie.
That also, but his acting. Come on. The most gigantic role of his career was in the juggernaut Free Jack with Emilio Estevez and Rene Russo.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm gonna do that later.
Free Jack? Remember that lotion you were talking about earlier?
Expensive Jack.
You.
In 2009, the super wealthy achieve immortality by hiring bone jackers,
I'm gonna do that
mercenaries
later.
equipped with time travel devices to snatch people from the past just prior to the moment of their deaths to use as substitute bodies.
What are you talking about?
Those who escape are known as free jacks and are considered less than human under the law.
I don't know.
Alex
what we're doing right now.
Furlong is a Formula One racer who's about to die in a spectacular 1991 crash when a time machine snatches him from the cockpit into the 21st century New York City, now a futuristic dystopia populated by scavengers and killers.
Wait, did you write a screenplay and this is how you're pitching it to me and Dave?
When Furlong's captors are ambushed by a hit squad, Furlong escapes from Victor Vasendak, a hardened mercenary who has snatched him on behalf of the powerful McCandless Corporation. By the way, this is Jagger. Victor Vasendak is Jagger. Alex spends much of his time escaping the clutches of Victor, a ruthless pursuer who nevertheless lives by a code of honor and a rekindling of his relationship with Julie, who's played by Rene Russo. So hot here.
Oh, I love that movie where she diddles herself.
Ian
Unfaithful.
McCandless, Julie's boss, is revealed to have died and seeks to install his backed up personality into
that's
Furlong's
Diane Lane.
body. It's not the first time a
not Rene
man's tried to
Russo.
enter Amelia Estevez, by the way.
You see Rene Russo naked in that movie with Pierce Brosnan, though.
Yeah. In a virtual reality encounter with McCandless's essence, he explains his goal to use Alex's body to satiate his love for Julie.
What the hell are you doing right now?
Apologizing, he offers to die and let Alex run the company under the guise of being McCandless.
Are you reading us the script for this movie?
Shenanigans ensue, and
This movie sucks.
Mick and Amelia are BFFs, and now Emilio is a hugely powerful man 18 years later than when he died. That's kind of odd.
I mean, it's called Free Jack. I mean, I could have told you it sucked without ever watching it.
The film was a box office bomb as it grossed only $17 million in the United States and Canada
Wow.
and $20 million internationally worldwide for a total of $37 million based on a $30 million budget. People are dumb. That movie is great.
So do you mean people are dumb for spending $37 million to watch this movie?
No, for not seeing it. Ah, yes, the Rolling
I've never
Stones.
heard of it. I have
It's
no
awesome.
idea what
It
you
is
just
awesome. Free Jack is the tits.
You rambled on for 8 minutes about some shit I know nothing about this movie at all.
It's awesome.
You're an idiot. Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones suck. The only two good things they ever did was the song Dude Looks Like a Lady and create Liv Tyler.
Both of those were Aerosmith.
Don't forget Steven Tyler BJs. Those were kind of cool too.
What?
Does that mean it's my turn? That means it's my turn. Let's go to Timmy's Trivioki.
Figaro. Figaro, 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 Figaro.
That's not Tosca.
Ugh, my ears.
My neck, my back.
Yep. I remember. Everyone remembers when Elvis performed that.
Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahamas, come on, pretty mama, you long Montego, baby. All right, Timmy's Trivioki, 2007. We'll see. Song number one, clue number one. British Tart.
The Spice Girls.
Not in 2007. They were 1998.
Clue number two. Heroin.
Amy Winehouse. Rehab.
Try to make me go to
Wow.
rehab. I said, no. Yeah, Dave.
But I probably should have.
Yes, I've been bad. Oh, man. That's a no. By the way, her voice was scary. I ain't got the time, but my daddy thinks I'm fine. Which is also very weird that daddy thinks she's fine. Try to make me go to rehab, but I said no.
Wow. This is good.
I need Dave to do that cover. That's awesome. Song number 2, clue number 1. Canadian tarts.
Spice Girls.
They're not
Nickelback.
Canadian.
Nickelback.
Clue number 2, Satan.
Tenacious D.
Jojo Siwa.
I don't know who that is.
Clue number 3, hot tubs.
You ever stuck your pecker in a hot tub jet?
Think I found a new girlfriend.
Clue number 4, jets.
Hot tub Jets. See, Dave got it right.
Yeah.
Or is it the New York Jets?
Clue number 5, Nickelback.
Only want to be with you.
I'm
I
through
would-
with standing in line. The clubs are never again.
Rockstar.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to be a rock star.
What does that have to do with the Jets?
Yeah.
I need a big black jet with a bedroom in it. It's things he asked for during the song.
He said a singular jet, not the Jets.
Maybe he wanted to buy Aaron Rodgers. Who knows?
Maybe
All right,
the only one.
this one's gonna be fun, and I hope you guys get this. Song number 3, clue number 1, wedding receptions.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble.
Electric Slide.
Clue number 2, line dancing.
Oh shit! I know it. Damn. Oh.
Dave's gonna poo on himself.
He's doing it. Clue number 3, line dance or Valentine's Day.
What's the name of that
Cupid
song?
Shuffle?
Yeah, TJ! To the left, to the left,
Left,
to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right.
Let's
Now
get
walk it
baby
by
Jim.
yourself. Now walk it by yourself.
Now walk it by yourself. Baby, walk it.
I never would have guessed in a million years that song came out in 2007.
Yep.
I was
Right,
right. I get half a point.
By the artist Cupid.
Why do you get half a point for that?
Because I was doing the dance. Let me see you do the Cupid shuffle.
They literally tell you how to do the dance in the song.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically just listening and
I
reacting.
mean, well, you guys didn't get up and dance.
Yeah, but I got the song right.
So
That's true.
Okay, good point.
hate your face.
Are you done with songs?
There were 3 of them. What do
Okay.
you expect?
He does 3 every week.
Well, I was,
It's not a new thing.
I was hoping we could do one more fun thing because our final story, our deep cut this week, is not fun. August 1st, there's not too many stories that you can recall with crystal clarity when and where you were when you heard them or saw them, but this is one of those stories for me, as this is the day the I-35W bridge in Minneapolis that crosses the Mississippi River collapses during rush hour traffic. The I-35 bridge was built in 1967 and was officially opened in November of 67. It was an 8-lane steel truss arch bridge that spanned a half mile, which, by the way, a half mile over a river is forever.
That's a long way on a
That
bridge.
is forever. It is located just northeast of the Metrodome and northwest of the University of Minnesota's East Bank campus. Construction began in 1964, and this bridge was part of a large-scale project to build the Twin Cities freeway system. The bridge has 14 spans that extend 1,907 feet, and there's some other super nerdy infrastructure terminology that I don't understand, and I'm not going to pretend to. Since 1993, the bridge was annually inspected by the Minnesota Department of Transportation. However, there were no inspections completed in this year of 07. Prior to the collapse, several inspection reports cited issues with the bridge's structure. All the way back in 1990, the bridge was given a rating of structurally deficient,
It was 14 years old then.
which I'm not an English major, but I'm pretty sure that's not good. Structurally deficient. The rating was given specifically due to the corrosion in the bridge's bearings. In 2007, the year of this collapse, 75,000 other U.S. bridges had this same rating. Doesn't that make you feel safe? What would make you feel safe while you're out driving?
Yeah.
15 years after their first deficient rating, they celebrated the 15-year anniversary by getting another deficiency rating. Governor Tim Pawlenty announced that the bridge was scheduled to be replaced in 2020. When did he announce this? August 2nd, 2007, the day after the bridge collapsed.
Only got to wait 13 years to get a new one.
P.S. My bad on this one. Amongst all the bridges that were subjected to federal inspections across the country, the I-35 bridge ranked near the bottom. In fact, out of a scale of 100, the bridge was rated at 50. Only 4% of the bridges nationwide scored the same or worse than this one. Then in December of 2006, a steel reinforcement project was planned. However, it was nixed for more periodic inspections. They then found documents after the collapse that documented engineers' concerns that the bridge may collapse and they might want to consider condemning the bridge. When the bridge did collapse, 4 of the 8 lanes were closed for resurfacing, and there were 575,000 pounds of construction equipment on the bridge due to the replacing of lights, joint work, concrete, and guardrails. This story pisses me off more now that I've researched it.
Could be that they had too much shit on that bridge.
It didn't help for sure.
13 people were killed. Triage centers at the ends of the bridge routed 50 victims to area hospitals, some in trucks, as ambulances were in short supply because there's a ton of people on it. Many of the injured had blunt trauma injuries because a bridge fell into the water. Those near the south end were taken to Hennepin County Medical Center, and those near the north end to the Fairview University Medical Center and other hospitals. During the first 40 hours, 11 area hospitals treated 98 victims. Only a few of the vehicles were submerged, but many people were stranded on the collapsed sections of the bridge. Several vehicles caught fire, including a semi-trailer truck from which the driver's body was later recovered. When fire crews arrived, they had to route hoses from several blocks away. So just so we kind of get this, no one expects a bridge to collapse, and it's hard to get fire crews onto a collapsed bridge. So
again, especially when it spans a half mile over a river.
Yeah. A school bus carrying 63 children ended up resting precariously against the guardrail of a collapsed structure near the burning semi-trailer truck. Rescue of victims stranded on the bridge was complete in 3 hours. So they got everyone off in 3 hours, which is unbelievable.
That's amazing, yeah.
Recovery of deceased victims took over 3 weeks. At the request of the NTSB chairman, Mark Rosenker, the U.S. Navy sent 17 divers and 5-person command and control element from its mobile diving and salvage unit to. It's hard to get people out from under a bridge.
Yeah.
The Navy dive team started diving operations in the river at 2 a.m. within hours of arriving and conducted operations around the clock for the next 3 weeks until the recovery portion of the mission was completed. The FBI teams had planned to search with an unmanned submarine, but had to abandon this plan after they found it was too big to maneuver in the debris field in the cloudy water. If you don't know this, the Mississippi River is utterly disgusting.
Yeah,
Even at the top. Even at the top.
Yep.
They call it the Muddy Mississippi for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Minneapolis Police Captain Mike Martin stated that the public safety divers are trained up to a level where they can kind of pick the low-hanging fruit. They can do the stuff that's easy. Their bodies are in the areas where they can sweep shore to shore. The vehicles that they can get to and search that weren't crushed, they were able to remove some of those. Now what we're looking at is the vehicles that are under the bridge deck and the structural pieces.
Which are very hard to get to.
Here's what's crazy. Bridges get looked at and rated, and it's a yearly thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the Quad Cities, there's a bridge that's horrible. Beautiful bridge. Looks great. It's forever failing all kinds of safety inspections and shit. But the problem is people need those bridges to commute. So no one ever wants to tear them down. But this is why you need people to step in and be like, look, we know this is going to be a hassle, but guess what? This shit's got to be done.
But it doesn't have to be like when they get those kind of ratings, they usually still last for a while. Start on a new fucking bridge.
Yeah.
How hard? All right, so
I mean, years and years and years this was failing.
1990.
So 17 years they did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in Kentucky, we had we have what's called Land Between Lakes. They had two bridges that were old, like 2-lane bridges, but it was probably a third of a mile. Not fully, but it's like old school metal bridges.
Right.
A barge hit one of these, knocked a section out.
Oh.
Well, that is you can't just take it out of service. $27 million to fix that one section of the bridge in like a 6-month period. They then spent $25 million to build 2 brand new concrete bridges on both of them. That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy. And we went through this in the Quad Cities on another bridge. The main bridge that connects Illinois to Iowa over the Mississippi River was getting old, and the bridge looked like hell. And from the time I moved there, it was ridiculed, and they're going to build a new bridge. They built a new bridge for 3 years. It took them. And it made things even worse because it's going from Illinois to Iowa. So Illinois pays for their half, Iowa pays for their half. And they couldn't agree on shit, couldn't do stuff. Ended up building the bridge to where it was like a foot off. Had to fix that. It took forever. And one of my good buddies, Timmy, we talked about him this past weekend, the guy with the expensive wine, crane operator. What do you think he was doing? Working that bridge. But it's just the amount of money they spend making bridges. There's no excuse for shit to be failing and for something to fail for 17 years straight before it eventually just collapses.
Well, what's crazy about that is like the Ohio River along the Kentucky border. Like you said that Illinois and Iowa each had half. Kentucky owns the Ohio River all along its border. So when there is a bridge built, like from Kentucky to Cincinnati, Kentucky pays for it all and they build it all. Or anywhere along the Ohio River along Kentucky. Because if you notice, whenever you cross into Kentucky, you don't see that welcome to Kentucky sign once you get into land. You see it right at the beginning of the bridge. So it seems weird to me that they would split the river in half.
Well, that's what they did, because you had Scott County in Davenport, Iowa, and you had Rock Island County. It was just a bickering war, and it took forever.
Well, it doesn't shock me if Illinois is involved.
Yes, if Illinois is involved in anything, it's going to be a shit show.
Well, I mean, I think the most frustrating part of this whole story is we've been failing inspections since 1990. We have plans in place and never follow through. This is a major bridge, 8-lane bridge.
Bigger than any bridge we've talked about.
Correct. Going over, connecting, being a part of the Twin Cities highway network. And by the way, did we mention it spanned a half mile over the Mississippi? What's the worst that could happen if we didn't, maintain it properly?
But to be fair, why is it metal? Shouldn't we do concrete at that point?
Well, it was built in the early 60s.
They had concrete in the 60s.
I know, but they were still doing the metal truss bridge for sure.
Terrible.
There's a bunch. If you go from Indiana to Ohio, there's a bunch of them littered across the border, going north to south. They're everywhere. Actually, even going southern Indiana into Kentucky, they're mostly metal truss bridges.
But it's still concrete. Well, I guess there was concrete under that too. So.
Yeah. So the I think what they mean is, well, no, because the metal trusses on this bridge is what failed. If I remember correctly, one of the sections gave out, which again, there's like 7 ways that if I got my choice to die, I would not pick these 7s. Just driving along, minding my own business, all of a sudden I'm falling off a fucking bridge into a river would be one of them.
Well, to be fair, you were falling down on a bridge, so.
But but just the thought of driving, like
what you're totally not expecting is just
Yeah.
the road to disappear from under you.
you're driving home from work, you're pissed because Susie ate your fucking lunch again, even though it was labeled in the fridge, and you're just like having a talk with your steering wheel, and you're driving across this bridge, and when I get on the other side, I'm gonna stop.
Goddamn bridge is not there anymore.
I'm gonna stop at McDonald's and I'm gonna get a parfait, and I'm gonna, is that the riverbank? And then it's just over, just like that. Like that's terrible. But you know what? What's not terrible? This show is fantastic, for the record. And if you enjoyed this week's episode, please let us know. Give us that 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure to follow the show on Twitter at FF Podcast, on Instagram at Filter Free Podcast. Find us on YouTube. Just search for Filter Free Podcast. Follow our network on Twitter at Ram Sportsnet. www.patreon.com/Ram Network. As for us, you can find us all on social media platforms at Dave.
Follow me on X at Dave and HSV Zoltan.
Timmy C.
At Timmy C 1979.
And I am at T Stevens 91. Next week, we're going to cover August of 1988. Jose Canseco goes 30 for 30. Hertz Car Rental is caught in a fraud case. And Rush Limbaugh debuts on the radio. Going to have that and so much more. Until then, this has been the Filter Free Podcast, and goodbye for now.
Dad joke of the week.
Ooh.
How do you get a farm girl to marry you?
Call her a hoe.
A tractor.